Welcome to the second edition of From the Desk of Greg Sansom. Well, today it's all good news, nothing but good news. But before we get started, let's just have a quick round of applause for the Ndlovu Youth Choir, straight out of Cape Town. Almost winning. America's Got Talent coming in a close second. But how proud does that make us feel out there, South Africans, that we got it, we can do it in front of the rest of the world. So a big kudu for them. And on that note, I think I must in turn carry on and say Liberty racked up 2 additional awards that we've been working really hard on, and that's the FIA Awards for the Best Risk Product and of course the Best Employee Benefits Product. Now these awards are basically judged by fellow intermediaries, and there's all the brokers and insurance consultants out there and say, well, who would you like to choose to use as your product supplier for your clients? And of course Liberty won 2 of those awards, Best Risk Product and Best Employee Benefits Product too. So again, thank you very much for your support for doing this. We couldn't have done it without you. Okay, so where are we? This time of the year is the business part of the year, and it's what we call Chairman's Challenge. And we work really hard to come to you as our clients at this late stage in the year, and with some really good specials to round off the year. And this year we really try to get into the customer's shoes and understand from the customer what is it that they really want in terms of their risk product, what concerns them. And in conjunction to this, what we did was we actually went out and we did a complete trend or business trend study through a company called Flux. And there's some interesting information that came out of this where we built a product, and I'll talk about the product now. But more importantly, I want to talk about 2 trends that are happening in the marketplace at the moment that are really, well, they're relevant. And the first trend I want to talk about is what we call the gig work trend. Now, traditionally, you would put your CV out there, you'd get employed, you'd have a contract of employment, and as long as you're relevant to your company and you did your job well and the company was solvent, you would stay at this company for as long as ever. What's happening out there at the moment is the companies are saying, here's the scope of work I'd like you to do, sign a contract, 2 years, go out there, do it, and then you're gone. And that's what they refer to as what they call the gig economy. So people aren't going through the traditional process of getting employed by the company, joining their group pension funds and provident funds and getting all those hefty benefits that you get from a provident and pension fund, like group disability and group life cover and pension fund. The companies are just saying, here's the contract, do the work, after 2 years, please move on. That's what we refer to as what we call the gig economy, and it's out there and it's very prevalent. So much so that we also found from Flux that there's another type of economy that's starting to show its head, and that's what we call the bounty economy. And what this basically means is the companies will actually put the scope of work out onto the internet and say everybody must basically tender for it, and whoever comes up with the best innovative idea will in turn get the job and do it. And that's what they call the bounty work that's out there at the moment. Now, why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because if you do not form part of a group scheme in terms of group life cover and disability and pension fund, you're going to need to look after your own benefits. And it's for this reason that we re-looked at our income protection plan. Now, this is something that's very close to our hearts here at Liberty because we've really done well in this space. And we feel that every single person out there that doesn't have a group scheme, a group disability scheme, should insure their own income. Let's think about this. You insure your most prizable asset, your house, but you don't insure yourself. Without you there working, the rest of it all can't be paid. Your bond can't be paid, your car can't be paid, your M-Net subscription can't be paid. So you've got to make sure that if something goes wrong with you, you can secure your income. And that's what we really looked at this year. So with that, we revised our income protection plan. So with regards to the income protection plan, we looked at various aspects of it in terms of what was missing and how can we improve it. And I'm going to go through that with regards to how we've enhanced the actual benefits. Before I get into that, I did a quick simulation for you, and it's a lifetime earning calculator. And this is let's say, take an individual, Cyril, for argument's sake. He's 32 years old. He's going to work until the age of 65. His salary is 60,000 Rand on a month-to-month basis. the amount of lifetime earnings that he's going to earn is 160 million. That's how much money he's going to earn over that period of time. Now, what we've done is we've insured this. Okay, we've said if you can't work because of any sickness, incapacity benefits, disablement, we will step in and pay your salary in terms of the income protection benefit. And I mean, for this kind of benefit of, say, 60,000 Rand on a 32-year-old male, you're looking at 410 Rand a month. It's a no-brainer that if you don't have income protection on your corporate side, you've got to have it in your personal capacity. Because if you can't earn an income, the rest of your investment portfolio and your house and your dependents, your house of cards just falls completely. So very, very important. A few things that we've also just attached to it, which is quite nice, is that we've done it for whole of life. So if you do go into income or into claimant stage, it's there for whole of life. The second thing is that we've done is we've also said that we are now going to pay net of tax. So when we insure your income, it's net after tax. So there's no SARS responsibility for you whatsoever. And yeah, to be perfectly honest with you, we looked at something else which we've added to it as well, which is really nice and unique. We also found that people are nowadays having not only one job, they have what we call a side hustle. So to give an example, you have an engineer who works Monday to Fridays at his company, and because he's not earning enough, he then sells houses on the weekend, and he makes a good income. It's what we call a side hustle. Now, for the first time, you can actually insure through our income protection plan both occupations and both sources of income. It's a first to market. Normally, you can only insure one type of income, but now, because market's saying people out there have got two jobs, multiple jobs, can you insure them? Yes, we can. We can insure your side hustle, which I think is a massive benefit. So give us a call. Let's have a chat. If you do not have that income protection plan in place, definitely you need to have a look at this. You're playing Russian roulette with yourself, and we're here to help you. All right, let's move on to Stanlib. So what's happening in the market space? Quick sticks, JSE sitting at 56,000 points. Aussie trotting along, doing nothing much. Over the last 3 years, hasn't done a hell of a lot. Ront, unfortunately, has been taking a pounding, sitting at 1466. The US Fed last night decided not to cut interest rates. They came out with a hawkish statement saying that they're not going to cut interest rates, which I quite find strange, in the sense that they're not going to cut interest rates over the next year till 2020. Unless BRICS exit blows up and the trade wars blow up, they're going to need to then cut interest rates to stimulate economy through this bad patch. But overseas looking good. Valuations are up. 78% of all companies that reported was ahead of the analysts' expectations. From our side here at Standard, we believe that the JSE is looking very cheap. There's some great value out there at the moment. You need a view. You need to be patient. And to be honest with you, if we could just get a bit of political stability and certainty, I mean, this place is just going to rock and roll. And to be honest with you, we've got a view. It's a good place to start picking at some local stocks. For the majority of our clients, we moved them all into income funds. So we're in the normal traditional income space, preserving the capital, making sure that we're getting our 8 or 9% for them on an annualized basis, not taking any risks. But yeah, as we see things change, we'll bring you up to speed. In closing, it's so difficult for me. We here at Liberty, we're busy building this country one policy at a time. And we believe that civil society collectively needs to help in terms of building this economy and not giving up on South Africa. I believe we need to stand up for what's right. I believe we need to stand up for what we love, and I believe we need to not give up. So in closing, my message to you, over and above everything I've said to you today, is obviously be safe, be positive, and let's not give up on South Africa. It's been great to all of us. Let's build this place together through civil society. So that's for me, Greg Sansom. My office is in attendance. Anything you need. Thank you very much for your support, and until the next time, all the best.